Hi, today you will be growing sugar snap peas with me, Strawberry. I'm starting them off at home and then I'll show you 2 weeks later when I plant them out. So I hope you enjoy. If you do, like this video and possibly subscribe so this way you can find out what other crazy things I'm growing or cleaning, dieting, or what other crazy things I'm up to today. So without further ado, I hope you enjoy this video. Hello, and how are you today? It's me, Strawberry, once again planting. Today is, what is today? Today's the 20th of February. Some people may think it's too early to be planting in my zone, which is 6B, but we're going to have an early spring this year, according to Farmer's Almanac, as well as I have a grow tunnel. And my grow tunnel gives me at least one zone. So normally my last frost date guaranteed is around May 1st. Pushing it would be April 15th. But by giving myself an extra grow zone, I am going to push for let's see, I'm planting today. So I'm going to push for April 1st. I can plant out what I'm about to plant out in most of my cold crops before the last frost, as long as they're well established ahead of time. So I can put them out in March, which is the goal, about March 1st to get these in the ground. Today I am planting sugar peas, sugar snap peas, and I am using a method in which I reuse and recycle as much as I can, because one, I am cheap, and two, these items can be composted, most of them, and then I use any plastic from friends and any of the post-consumer waste that I get as well, that I can to do my gardening. So what I am using today is going to be an egg carton, cardboard egg carton. I remove the top of the egg carton. I remove the side. This will go into my compost bin right now. Then what I do is I take scissors and I separate all of the little cups, just mostly, not all the way, except occasionally we have accidents. Anyway, we end up with this. Now, what I would do then is I would take it and I would pour water into the entire tray and let it soak until the entire tray is soaking wet. At which time I take my scissors and I poke holes in just the cups in the bottom, really wide holes. And the reason I do that is that peas have very, very tender roots. And so I am going to rip these cups apart and drop the whole cup in the ground and then put compost up around it so that it's completely covered and will just decompose quickly. Then I need to fill it with potting soil. I take my soil, in this case I'm using a seed starting mix. I'm using Burpee's eco-friendly natural organic seed starting mix. I will use any organic seed starting mix. I'm not really fussy. No, I take that back. I don't use peat because peat has some ecological problems with them, the harvesting and so on. It's not renewable, whereas coconut is. So I pour a lot of water into my potting soil to get it really soaked. I don't want it so soaked that I can wring it out, but it will absorb a lot of water. And I want it so that I can make a snowball, well, a mud ball, if you will. And the reason why I didn't fill this bin is in case I put too much. And too much is, if I can pull this up and do that, and the water drips out, that is too much. And so I will take a little bit more of the dry and throw it in and mix that up. Any big clumps I'll break up. And then mix it up and then push it into the tray. And I've already done that here. Now I'm going to drop peas in, and peas are pretty big, and I'm going to put 2 peas per spot because they can grow that way. That will not be too much. I go to a local seed store. Sometimes Seeds and Feeds have them. But the seed store I go to actually sells statuaries and seeds. And they don't have all of their seeds this year. Oh look. Advantage of the cup that got cut. Nothing goes to waste. There we go. And I'm going to put 2 per. If any of them look extremely small, I'll put 3 in there. If I question whether or not they'll come up. And I will plant another batch of these in a week. And then another batch of these a week past that. So that I have some succession sowing. I will make sure they are in the holes. Then I will come back and I'll put more mix on top. I'll give it some tamping down. And it's already moist enough so I don't need to water it. And now I will put this, now if I had a heat pad, which I won't have for another couple days, I would put a heat pad possibly under it. But this one doesn't necessarily need it. My warm crops will absolutely need it, so when I start tomatoes I will need my heat pad. But till then I'm going to stick this underneath the grow light behind me. And that is how I plant sugar snap peas inside. The big thing is that they don't like their roots disturbed. Everybody says it. The other way that I do it some years, and I was not prepared to show you this, but I guess I should, is I use toilet paper tubes. So what I do is I flatten them one way, then I flatten them the other way, and that gives me a square. Open it, fold in as needed. This is either a mushroom tray, I don't even know. I get so many different trays from so many different things. But I will put them in, and before I do that, it is easier if you stuff them full ahead of time. And if you are using these, I recommend you fill them all the way. That will help them biodegrade when they get into the ground. Because I've squared them off, they will fit in this container slightly better. And I will put as many as will fit, as tight as I can get them, with the sugar snap peas. Now when I go to put them in with the sugar snap peas, I will open the bottom so that I know that the roots will be able to come out without a problem. And those are my 2 methods for doing sugar snap peas. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye. Welcome to the Grow Tunnel. Today is March 3rd and I have been planting sugar snap peas yesterday and today. Here you can see where I buried out the ones that were peeking out, and I've completely put underneath the cardboard that they were in. And let's see if I can get down. Okay, so I have this set, which I'm going to be breaking apart and putting in today. So I will show you how I do that. First, I'm gonna pre-dig holes where I want to put them. I built this grow tunnel with cattle fencing. I bent it around and then used standard stakes for fencing, for wire fencing, which I'll show you in the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7, 8. I've already piled up compost all the way along the side here where I'm going to plant these. Remember I told you I pre-cut the little pods apart of the egg carton. So here you have, and you can see where the hole on the bottom, the roots are coming right out. And I'm going to lay them down in the trench. I'm just going to do that with all of them, including the ones that aren't popping out yet, because they will. Now, I've also planted out in here seeds, more sugar snap peas, because in the grow tunnel today it's 90 degrees, so I had to open it because that's a little hot. Quickly put all of these in. I've taken some butcher string, cotton, unbleached string, yarn, whichever you can get or have, and I have lined the bottom strings going upwards so that there's more for the peas to grab onto. We love sugar snap peas in our house. It is our favorite vegetable. It's one of the few vegetables I can guarantee my husband will eat. It's also very diet friendly because peas are considered a starch when they're out of their pods, but when they're in their pods, they're considered a vegetable because of the fiber content. Doesn't change a thing about them, but if you're watching your weight, eating peas in pods is healthier for you and can lead to faster weight loss. And they're in the ground. Now I'm going to water them in. I made sure that I got the cardboard completely under. Yesterday, like I said, I put these peas, we're looking just about the same, in the ground, and they're doing pretty good, I think. So, but this is, I threw plastic over my grow tunnel, just hold it in with clips, and these are the poles that hold it. I threw a contractor zipper on it, which I had to put some duct tape and staple because it undid itself in the winter. Not good. I'll be removing both ends of the tunnels soon. And that is how I wrap up my sugar snap peas. I'll give you a follow-up in a month. And that's growing with strawberry. Later.